All right, we're doing cab light install for a 2018 Ford F250. You start with the A pillar. These just pop off, and there's a 10mm bolt, two of them. One right here and one down here. You remove those to start. Then you move up to the visors. There's a plastic tab here. It just pops off. I already had it loose, that's why it came off easy. But these just click on there, you just pop it off. And underneath, there's a 7mm here and a 7mm on this side. You can pull down the visor and remove it for this side. There's a 7mm here also. So two 7mm. This side, the whole piece comes off. This side, you spin it, and it's kind of like a puzzle piece where it will come up and down and out. Kind of tough to do one-handed, but it will come out. As you spin it, it pops out, and it looks just like that. It's got the L piece. That piece goes up in there. And that's all it is. So it's those 4 bolts, 2 on the pillar, 2 up there, and then you go over to the driver's side and repeat, same thing. You pop off the caps, 2 visors, 10mm on the A pillar, 7mm up on the visors. After you have everything out and loose, you just grab the pillar and it'll pop out. Pops right out and comes out just like that. There's a little speaker wire. You can just sit that right to the side. Down here is some stuffing, filling. Down here, if you get this out of the way. Okay, so once you get the stuffing out of the way, you can see the wiring harness is in the truck. It has a dummy cap to it. I know it's kind of tough to see, but it's right here. This black and red wire is the cab light harness. I did recons because my truck did not have them, so I had to drill these holes in here for recons. I did not have cab lights on my truck, so this is a recon harness. It plugged right in here. The Ford harness that's down in here has a dummy cap on it. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but I pulled the dummy cap out. I used the dummy cap. The recon wires come just the ends. They're not terminated. So I stuck them down into the dummy cap and glued them in there. I stuck them down in there so you could see the end of the wire, you know, when you plug it in. And then I glued them in there, and that's how they work. So there you go. So after you get the pillar arm off, the headliner just pulls down. So once you have both sides down, you can see, you just have to be gentle. You can pull the headliner down and you can get up in there for the cab lights, is what I did. So what I did was I used a friend's truck to measure, but you really don't need that. After I did it, I found out that you can see the 2 ribs in the top of the truck. It's centered in there. I did measure from here to the windshield on my buddy's truck. I did get this measurement from the front to the windshield, but even on these 3 in the middle, you really don't need that, because I don't know if you can see it right now, but there's a crease in the hood right here. So those lights are right to the crease of the hood. I know it's a little tough with the sun out right now, but there is a crease right here. It's hard to see. You can kind of see it right here. There's a crease in the hood. So these 3 lights are right up to the crease. I centered it in between this rail. The 3 in the middle are the opposite. They go with the 3 raised rails. You have, this is the middle one for the middle light is raised right here. So I just centered it with that and at the crease. Same thing with the 3rd one. And then the one on the far side is exactly like this one. it's in the valley, inside the valley. Here's the door right here. So you come up and here's the valley that goes down. This valley right here, it's centered in here, centered. And then I measured from here to here on a buddy of mine's truck, which is 7 inches. 7 inches from the front of the light to the body of the cab. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's gonna, you know, if you have it 7 1/4, you know, but it is 7 inches. 7 inches from the front of the light to the cab, not the windshield. I just put the lights on here. I marked it, marked these 2 screws, moved the light, and then drilled holes through it. For the recons I used, it was 3 holes, 2 for the screw and 1 for the wire. So, and then after I drilled these and fastened them to the top of the truck, I then came under the headliner, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I siliconed it. You can see all the silicone. I use a high heat black silicone and siliconed it. I covered it one day, I let it sit overnight, and I came back the second day and I did another coating on it. And so far it's been about 4 months, no leaks, no problems. Everything's good to go. So that's it. It's real simple. Don't be afraid. Use these rails for measurements. And that's all it is. It's pretty simple.